What is going on, beautiful people? We are here to talk about Love Island Season 8, Episode 26, entitled, Dang, Melanie, I Feel Bad for You. That's not what the title is. Love Island doesn't have titles for the episodes, but I'm going to go through my notes and we're going to talk about things one at a time. Yeah? Door 2, Corbin's video of him talking, Corbin saying the girls are high school girls. They didn't like that. They didn't like that one bit. But I feel like it's clear that the Casa girls are definitely more mature than the Villa girls. But then let's pull back a little bit because I feel like all of the Casa individuals have the opportunity or have an advantage over the Villa people. They're coming in with one sole mission to go after the person that they particularly care for and or like. They don't have the baggage of knowing any of the other people. They're coming in as full strangers. Their perspective or position is way different than an Anaya, than a Melanie, than a Kata, right? So the girls don't have that much invested. The guys don't have that much invested to care that much. But I will say, even watching the stuff, like their responses are just way more mature than the Villa people. Well, the Villa women. Let's just say that, right? Sydney says Kenzie likes anyone who likes her. That was a comment that was heard that was off screen. And then the girls were like, that wasn't us. We didn't say that. We didn't say that. Sydney said that. Kenzie sitting mute, doesn't know how to respond. I'm glad that she gets to see herself in outside looking in. Corbin says with Kenzie, he could get the ick sometimes dealing with her because of her responses and how she handles things. Parmita tells Kenzie she's not a scary person. She responds to that comment because she was basically saying, I'm not scared. And Kenzie was like, but I'm nobody to be scared of. So I don't know why you're making it sound like, I'm somebody to be scared of. I don't know. I just like the fact that everybody can see themselves and how they really are, right? It's a gift, actually, because sometimes you can't really see yourself until you're actually able to see yourself, like with looking in the mirror. You don't know you got a booger in your nose until you look in the mirror and see you got a booger in your nose. You know what I mean? Kenzie says, it's how you talk about me that's the problem. And I guess, people are saying that there's the obvious difference between the guys versus the girls, that the guys are so disrespectful. But we've heard the women say things. Love Island just didn't put it out there. Now, granted, it was not as vulgar and as disrespectful as the guys, but the girls have said things as well. And I will stand on the concept of there being a double standard, because there clearly is, right? There just there is. Door 7 is Kenzie going back and forth with Corbin and Caleb. And when I tell you, this is so amazing to watch, but I have a problem with the fact that how everybody responded to all the guys. But when we got to Kenzie, everyone was mute. The women were mute. It was like, it was explainable, her behavior. She was allowed to speak her mind. The guys didn't berate her. Caleb could have felt all sorts of ways about it. Caleb is the nicest dude in the house. He could have felt so all kind of butthurt and all this effed up and you lied to me and all that. He did not do anything like that to her. The guys' responses were so more tailored and tamed versus the high schoolers. Let's be clear. And Caleb is too good of a dude and doesn't deserve that. And I definitely don't think him and Jaden are a match either. But we find that out later. Like, it just, poor Caleb. And you know what's interesting? He's the youngest one in the house. I think there's probably another 21-year-old, but he's 21. More diplomatic than the men, more diplomatic and mature than all of the women. It's very interesting how this young man is behaving on this show. Like, what? Like, he's a star. You know what I'm saying? Like, but Kenzie and, someone got in the comments was like, oh my God, you're calling her a whore. I said, a whore in the context of what Love Island is. The ability to freely explore is whorism behavior. I don't care how much the producers put it down their throat that you are here to explore your connection. You are here to blah, 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 blah. Now, I don't know how they define explore, but all these seasons we've seen people mouthwashing each other over and over and over again. So it's like the culture. You mouthwash with somebody. Now, you could be a Kenzie. I mean, not a Kenzie. You could be a Kada, damn for sure, not a Kenzie. You could be a Kada and not kiss somebody that you're exploring. You could be a Melanie and wait for a while to explore. But I don't know if it's defined how exploring is supposed to be until you get in this house and, you know, you just do what you want to do. Because like Kenzie said, it's just me. A kiss is like a handshake. Bullshit. Bullshit. So in the concept of exploring and being on Love Island and having the freedom to express yourself, and where kissing is like a handshake, she's a whore, period. And I'm frustrated, well, not frustrated, but let down at the fact that she didn't feel no heat for real, for real. None. That display was so sincere. But Kenzie doesn't think she's like sincere because she only lied about the kiss. False. You lied throughout the whole experience dealing with Corbin and Caleb. You did not let either one really know your true intention. And I felt like they should have showed the part where she said, well, let's keep this a secret and not tell anyone about this kiss. But they placated to the women. And they damn sure placated to that white woman, Kenzie. To the point where Jen is like, I'm so over it. It's okay. It's all right. You did what you needed to do. What? If that was Anaya, if that was Melanie, if that was Trinity, people would not have been mute. People would not have been meek, mild, and mannered. Let's be clear. So much so that not only is everyone forgiving of Kenzie, even the dude that likes her, Dylan, is forgiving of Kenzie. Kenzie can't do no wrong, but she did though. It's crazy that everyone was able to watch her video, say that this is bad, but no one drilled her. What about the comment where she said that Caleb is like a kid? That wasn't thrown in there. You know, I don't know. I feel like we didn't paint the correct narrative. We did not. The girls got it real easy, and I just don't see why. I don't. That part does not make sense to me. Zach tells Dylan she did the same thing to you today. Dylan says, I just had the exact same experience last night. He speaks about Gall and her kissing him. She says, a kiss is a handshake. I'm like, this is crazy to me. I'm done with Melanie. I mean, Kenzie. It's just, she's not going to get the KC or the sincere treatment because she's a white woman. I'm convinced. And no one is going to be able to tell me otherwise. I'm convinced because the way we responded to Melanie and the challenge with how she kissed both dudes, please. Door 9, Melanie. We see Melanie kiss Corey. And Sincere gets another video about Amora. They make out. He tells Amora if he had more time, she would have been the one. Melanie says she only kissed once and she never told someone else that if they had more time, she would have picked them over Sincere. Sincere brings up the Corbin challenge. And I said this. I said, he's holding her hostage to this and doesn't know how to turn it around. But apparently his ex came out on a video and said that, no, this is how he is. He's a cheater. He does this a lot. Come over here, camera, come over here. He does this a lot. And so I just think it sucked. I don't know. I mean, Sincere spoke about his childhood and about how he felt like he had to be a people pleaser, but to what end? Sincere is void of emotion. That speaks to me more so than anything else. Bryce got emotional, almost cried. Zach got emotional, almost cried. Caleb hasn't been put in a position to really get emotional. Corbin is the male whore. Casey has expressed emotion by laughing and like smiling and burying his head in covering his face. I think Casey, I think is born into the era of not being able to cry as a black man. I just think that's what that is. Dylan has cried. Gall is a man child, so no one cares. Who else is on the show? Carl has emotion. Sincere is void of emotion. This woman has cried over and over and over again in your face. She genuinely likes you. You really hurt her over and over and over again, and you don't have a tear in your eye. You don't know. Your face is so blank. Your face is so dead, bro. Like, why? Well, that's problematic, Melanie. And I know she can't hear me. And I know she's not going to see this video. But that is problematic, Melanie. You do not want to be with a man that is void of emotion because he's empty. He has nothing to offer you, nothing to give. His words don't hold no weight. Whatever Sincere has been put through in his life, whatever he believes to be the way to behave as a man, is not the person you want to be with, Melanie. Corey showed you in the quick attempt to do a date. Sincere has yet to even do that in the 3 weeks y'all have been in this house, almost a month. It's not it, Melanie. This is not it, Melanie. And you can like someone so much, but enough is enough. You have to stand up for yourself and let that be. People are talking about how no one berated Sincere. No one came after him. People are speaking on the colorism of the show. And like I said, if Trinity behaved in the way that Kenzie did, it would have been all over for them. Everybody's coming down KC's throat. No one's coming down Sincere's throat, except for Melanie. It's so crazy to me how that works. Their narrow view of KC is so clear, but their view of Sincere is just so misty. Trinity has nothing to say, and then I ain't coming down. It's like, why? Why is that? Sincere is way worse than KC, but KC gets the brunt of everything. Did Trinity try to go for KC before? Did Trinity like KC? Do these women really like KC like that? For real? Because let's be clear, KC is sexy. KC has a body on him. Why do they not like KC that much? Why didn't they not pick another chocolate man from the Casa men to come into the house? What is that? I don't know what that is. They were quiet for Kenzie. They were quiet for Sincere. Even had Bryce kind of trying to defend him. That's just crazy to me. I don't know about to y'all, but that's crazy to me. Amor says you are learning so much. Okay, no. Melanie says Sincere brings up Corbin Child. Okay. Amor says you are learning so much about yourself, but at the expense of others. The Casa girls are just way too mature for this group. I feel that. Sincere said, I'm learning a lot about myself. It's too late for all that. I mean, granted, not everyone is going to be on a popular show like this, and that could be the slack that's cut, but like, ugh. Melanie stands up and goes off. She cries, leaving the villa. Melanie says, I look stupid. Anaya goes to her side. She tells her, you didn't know any of this. And she didn't. Melanie did not know. Anaya apologized for standing up in Casey's face. I don't know if production told her to do that, but she apologized to the women and she apologized directly to KC. That was the most maturest thing Anaya has ever done in his house. Or at least let me say the Villa girls. TT hugs Anaya and Trinity. Dylan says it's like a game to her, but you're still going to choose her though. Zach and Kata talk. I don't really care about Zach and Kata that much because Kata likes Zach and Zach likes Kata. Like, let's move on. Carl and Anaya hug. He looks like her dad. I just feel like, I don't know. Casey says seeing himself like that is hard. She hugs him. She hugs TT. She hugged TT. Again, Sincere has never needed a hug. Sincere doesn't know how to be emotional. I could never be with someone like that. The guys talk. Caleb says Jaden isn't into her. Corbin says you gotta tell her how you feel. I agree. Kenzie speaks to Kata. Kata tells Kenzie, you're like a Sincere. Kenzie says, no, I'm not. I only lied about the kiss. Girl, shut up. Sincere admits he wasn't a friend to Anaya. Sincere says he feels dumb. Anaya says you look dumb as fuck. Melanie speaks to Bryce. He kind of comforts her. He feels like they can get through this. I don't think Melanie should waste her time. I don't think Kenzie likes Dylan for real. That's what I put in my notes. I really don't. I think she saw herself look like a whore, and yeah, she doesn't want to look like that anymore. So she's just gonna stop handshaking / kissing people because she doesn't like the way that it looks. And I'm not this person. No, I don't care. She's disgusting. Her behavior is disgusting. Her behavior, Sincere's behavior is disgusting. I just, what? Casey and Anaya speak. I feel bad that he can't like really look her in the face. Like, I don't know if the edit was just showing it just to show it, but there were moments where like he looked like this, but like he's telling all like this. And I'm like, bro, look her dead in the face, bro. Like, look her in the face. But then I'm like, he's 23. He's 23. She tells him he deserves to be happy and she wants him to be. They hug. He walks away smiling. He's young. They crowd him asking, how did it go? Did it go? Did it go well? He's like, bro, chill out. You know, again, he's young. He's young. And I feel like, you know, these men, especially in our community, aren't taught emotion like that. But you can tell that he was feeling it though. He just doesn't know how to show it. He does not know how to express it. And that's just sad. That's just sad. Sincere and Melanie talk. He says he's a people pleaser. Melanie says, so it wasn't about people pleasing. You said you liked her. You liked her. Melanie says, I had to please Corey too, but to a certain extent. She says, I've spent my whole summer crying. She says he doesn't deserve her, but are you? Oh, well, the men get to pick. The men get to pick the recoupling this time. The men get to pick the recoupling this time. So Sincere is going to pick her. I don't think that's fair to Melanie. I think coming back from Casa Amor, since production painted the guys to be so horrible and we didn't really get video footage of the women should pick. That's what I feel. I feel like the women should pick. But whatever. We're going to see how this goes. And in my last message, I just put that Sincere is void of emotion and it's sad. On a lighter note, I want to play a song from my album that I just released. It's over 32 tracks of songs that I wrote. And I just want to jam real quick. Anyways, Wes and Friends Volume 2 is out on Spotify, iTunes, Tidal, all the good things. Supporting is free. You know, supporting is free. And supporting can be painful. Like, you can pay, you know, that'd be great, yeah. Anyways, let me know your comments about Love Island. Leave your comments below. I appreciate y'all watching and leaving comments. Yeah. Where we can adopt similar connections despite our differences. And the contest winners will be announced today. I'm going to do a baddies video and I'm going to announce the winners during that baddies video. Love y'all. Deuces.